Hello, welcome everybody back to the Vulture Culture
Hello, I'm the
Podcast.
Nostalgia Critic. Welcome back to my podcast.
Get out, get out. I am your host, Evil Spirit, and I am joined by my two co-hosts, Sirplayalot and RoxyReviews. Welcome. How are you two doing today?
Hello. Um, a bit of a rocky. Like my nose literally started bleeding while we were watching Jack and Jill.
Wait, what?
uh,
Yeah, remember that happened, Roxy? You were there.
I don't remember that at all. Can you blame me, actually, for not remember for having a lapse in memory related to Jack and Jill? Can you blame me, actually, now that I think about it?
I'm really happy because I just watched X Men Apocalypse, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I always remember people saying it was like the worst X-Men movie ever, and it was like a 7 out of 10. Like I was like, oh, this is actually not that bad.
And I'm happy because a huge piece of lost media just got found today.
Yeah, Uncle
The
Walt,
infamous Uncle Walt short.
which is
What is
weird.
it exactly?
It's basically like made by this one guy, and it was basically kind of like a fuck you to Walt Disney, and then
That's an unauthorized short made by Robert Schwartz.
mm-hmm.
It's basically a bunch of crude Disney parodies.
Okay, actually, now I want to see that.
well,
You have my attention.
we'll talk about that later. Other
Oh,
than
Disney's a bad guy? Yes.
Wait, we're doing a vulture's nest on it?
no, why would wait? How
Okay.
would that even work? How would Vulture's Nest even
I
work?
don't I don't
It's
even
It's
not
not
even
even new.
like I guess War of the Worlds 2025 was technically an older movie that was
Yeah, that was based off a book, wasn't it?
no, what I mean is that the movie was made in 2020
Yeah, but
but
it
locked away in a
released.
shed until it escaped last year.
Yeah, but it released. Come on. Other than that, uh, we are doing another MCU. You know what? This is actually really weird. We're doing another MCU movie. It's also another Phase 4 movie because we're doing this theme where we're just kind of building up to our eventual peak happiness, I guess. And the problem is, I was like, I don't know what to really pick because, like, I can't pick anything that's like atrocious. Like I originally planned with Thor: Love and Thunder as a joke. I mean, I guess I could now, but it's kind of too late for that. And then I decided that we would be talking about actually probably one of the most highly praised Phase 4 movies, Black Panther,
Oh,
Wakanda Forever. Oh, what?
Highly praised. I don't
also
think I've seen
this
any.
replaced Inhumans.
Yes. I moved Inhumans up so I could bring this one down.
Wait,
I
where
don't
is
think I've seen
Inhumans?
much
Oh,
praise
it's
for this
63.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Which, if you do not know what Black Panther is, it is a 2022 American superhero film based on Marvel Comics featuring the character Shuri slash Black Panther, produced by Marvel Studios and distributed by Walt Disney Motion Pictures. It is the 30th film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and a sequel to Black Panther 2018. It was directed by Ryan Coogler, who also wrote the first movie, or directed the first movie. And basically, the plot is that the leaders of Wakanda fight to protect their nation in the wake of the death of King T'Challa. If you don't remember, back in season 2, we reviewed Multiverse of Madness, and we all know how well that went. We hated that movie, we don't like it at all. So I thought what would be better is if we talked about a Phase 4 movie that wasn't No Way Home, and trying to see, was Phase 4 all that bad? Because
Yes.
aside these two movies, aka aside Multiverse of Madness and what was the other one? Thor: Love and Thunder. God, those two being bad, and Eternals. So three bad movies. Was all of Phase 4 completely awful, or was it just really bad movies that came out? Oh, yeah. So
Well, no, because the existence of the Marvel TV shows.
yeah. So before we get into that, right now, let's start with our first thoughts going in to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I'm going to start with Sir, and then I will hand the mic to myself, and then we'll go to Roxy. So, Sir, what did you think about when going into Black Panther, Wakanda Forever?
I literally did not. Uh, I literally did not watch this when it came out. I don't know. I was just slipping off with the MCU at that point, especially with Love and Thunder and Loki.
Okay.
So I didn't care to. It wasn't until recently where we're now doing it for the podcast. Where I mean, I would eventually like. I had a tiny idea in my head that if it was announced like, oh hey, this is the last MCU movie, then I would do a review marathon of all of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think they would announce it like that, so you might as well just watch the ones
Honestly,
I didn't
if they were going to
see.
announce it, they would have announced it with Doomsday and Secret Wars. They would have been like, "This is
Look,
it. We're done
if the
after that."
MCU ends, I really don't care. I'm not invested. It's like I liked it at first, but now it's just don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're
Well,
done.
as for me, Black Panther 1 was already not a movie I was hugely invested in. I thought that the first one was good, but not as good as it seemed like a lot of people made it out to be.
Yeah.
So I watched like clips of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, and then last year, or no, 2 years ago, after the release of Deadpool and Wolverine, I decided to kind of catch up on some of the MCU stuff I missed out on, because I did not see this in theaters. The last MCU movie I think I said I saw in theaters was, oh man, I actually can't remember. I think it was like before Deadpool and Wolverine. I genuinely believe I think it was Spider-Man, either Spider-Man No Way Home, Far From Home, or Endgame was the last one. But anyways, I didn't watch. I could have easily went to go watch any of these movies in theaters at the time, but I didn't care and I didn't have a car, so I guess it wasn't that easy. Anywho, I then heard that a lot of people like this movie. I also heard a lot of people said they didn't like this movie, and I was very confused on the narrative. I heard a lot of people said there was a lot of good, a lot of bad. And then I watched it for the first time, and I was like, oh, you know what? This one was actually pretty good. I think it was all right. It was like a good 7 out of 10 movie. But anyways, Roxy.
When this first came out, I really didn't see any fanfare for it. Maybe that's just because I stopped watching really any videos related to Marvel whatsoever because like once again, I don't care. So why would I watch stuff talking about it? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all don't care about
No,
Hasbin all that, or not Hasbin, Hello Boss all that much. Yet you still fucking jerk off to the porn. So I mean, I'm just saying.
What do you? No, I like that show. It's terrible, but I like that show.
I do not get it.
I don't know, now that you mention it, I don't remember that being much fanfare around
Well,
it either.
there wasn't
Especially since
really.
this,
Oh,
since
sorry. Go ahead.
unlike the first movie, this didn't get a nomination for Best Picture.
It also didn't cross $1 billion. It got close. It got 800 million. It broke its fucking. It broke in the box office for that movie. So I mean,
Uh,
um,
like
It
on
was
the
still a
standards of what
success.
Marvel became, is that like
no,
insane?
I mean, like for like a movie released in 2022, was it
Oh, I
2021?
gotta add to the list.
Yeah, it was kind of a huge deal at the time because, like, I mean, they made a lot of money, even though we were still kind of in the would movies do well if we release them in theaters
Yeah, we're still sort of recovering from the
pandemic.
pandemic.
Um, as well as like, I think one of the main issues with Wakanda Forever, and we'll get into it when we get into the actual episode, but I think one of the major reasons why not many people talked about it was because this was like the last movie of Phase 4. and it really didn't feel like this was some kind of like big ending moment. Many people said, and by many people I mean like my dad said, that one of the best ideas they could have went with here was make Spider-Man No Way Home that movie, because it led to a really big impact on the narrative of Spider-Man, who is now possibly the only character that has a huge shakeup and is now part of a new trinity of sorts, which we'll get into that later, about what Marvel's new trinity was supposed to be. But for now, I do want to ask, um, what did you guys think of the first Black Panther? Just broad ideas. What did you think
It's
of
all
it?
right.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
I think it was a good movie, but I think it was severely overhyped. Especially for like an MCU movie, I think that there were some way better ones. One of which being Guardians 2, which we all knew that, but still. I mean, we all know Guardians 2 is like one of the best MCU movies, and I do want to do a Guardians trilogy series. I mean, I don't know if you guys would be okay with that, but anyways, I wanted to ask about it because I was also going to bring up along with this was the original planned sequel for this movie, and I just want to tell you guys real quick. The original plans for this movie was it was going to have T'Challa take his son on this walk that every king does to their prince, and then danger crosses their path, and T'Challa would now have to face off against all these people while also having to be there for his son, like while this is all happening around his son. Which I think that probably would have been a better idea if Chadwick Boseman's passing didn't happen. Which, by the way, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman, because he was the original Black Panther, and he passed away before any filming could be done, which is really sad to think about. So rest in peace. Okay. So are you guys ready to get into this movie?
Yeah.
Alright, sir. Kick us off with the
I think
plot.
so.
All right. So basically, there's source that says vibranium. There's vibranium outside of Wakanda.
Mm-hmm.
It turns
Well,
out there
no,
is.
I mean, it starts with
Oh yeah, I forgot.
T'Challa dying.
T'Challa passes
Yeah,
away in the very beginning of the movie,
the way Shuri becomes depressed.
which is obvious. I mean,
Then the discovery of vibranium,
and the
which
oh sorry,
shocks everyone, including Wakanda, which did not want to share their. Well, I'm confused
mm-hmm.
about. Can you explain this real quick?
Go ahead.
I thought the ending of Black Panther and as well as Infinity War implied that they're opening up Wakanda to the rest of the world.
They did, yes, but with what my guess is that with the end of Endgame, they shut back down because not only did their king just randomly fucking disappear, so did half of the globe. So they probably did not want to get involved with anything. Even like I think, why do I keep forgetting her name? Who is the general? I keep forgetting her name.
I don't know.
Okay.
Are you okay? She basically she's like she was the leader of Wakanda, kind of. I think even like the queen was gone, and they were basically like, we have to like we're mostly worried about what's happening with our people because their king just fucking disappeared out of thin air. And like, how do you explain like, oh yeah guys, a big purple titan came down from a spaceship and snapped his fingers and now our king's dead. And I think like they were slowly starting to do more imports, but then certain countries got a little bit too angry at the fact of how slow it was going. And they're like, "Oh yeah, so you don't want to share it almost immediately as soon as you told us that you were going to share it? We're going to invade your country." And then that led to them wanting to like slowly stop giving them any vibranium, and kind of just shows to them that they were kind of in the right of staying quiet.
Caroline, what? So all of this is just a headcanon?
No, that the whole country's invading Wakanda part was actually in the movie. The headcanon part would be the disappearance of their king, which I believe they even said that that was part of the reason why they slowly stopped as well, was because the king, the death of T'Challa led to a lot of issues with them having to do global export because they didn't really have someone to lead them with it, so they didn't really know how to handle it as well as if when they had the king. Because T'Challa really was like the diplomat between everything. Like most of like what happened, like Bucky being allowed asylum in Wakanda, was a huge diplomatic decision. That and like same with everything else, like with Wakanda in the MCU. It's really weird, to be honest. But I'm just saying that what I'm basically getting at is they did originally want to open up um, trade with the rest of the world, and it seemed like the rest of the world, after Thanos came and did his thing, kind of led to Wakanda being in shambles, which kind of set fear and precedent into their mind that this is not good to do this with these people. Because again, really think about it. If you open the world up, like actually, me and Roxy were talking about this. Remember, like, because Roxy brought up how if the mutants were in the MCU the entire time, why didn't they fight? And I said, I mean, and then Roxy brought up
Well, no, because then my thought was, well, they obviously would have no way to know about
Thanos.
Thanos and Infinity War, so why would they even show up?
And then I brought up, not even Nick Fury knew that Thanos came. Because Thanos literally invaded Earth, but nobody could have told them that it was the same people who led the Jatari army into um, New York back in 2012 as well. So, to answer your question, sir, basically after Black Panther 1, when shit all hit the fan, because literally the next movie afterwards, after Black Panther, well, the world went into chaos and Wakanda was like, oh, well, gotta go back into hiding, because if we don't, then we're gonna be fucked. Which also happened to the Atlanteans, as I believe that's what they were called in this movie. Weren't they called the Atlanteans? Or were they called something else?
I don't remember, and honestly, like, I literally fell asleep watching this movie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course, of course. Continue, sir, with the plot. So,
Yeah,
like,
that's basically. Then when they try to dig up the vibranium, there are people underwater this whole time,
Womp womp.
and that was a conflict between because they want to kill the scientist who turns out to be a 19-year-old girl,
mhm,
and it was like you either with me or against me kind of thing going on with Shuri and Namor,
mhm,
and a bunch of fighting happens. Bunch of fighting.
a lot of war and conflict, which makes sense. The
Oh,
Atlanteans.
they also kidnap Shuri, I think her name was.
Yeah,
I'm bad with
I,
yeah,
names. I can't remember.
Shuri and
They kidnap her and show her their quote unquote beautiful underwater city, which is so deep underwater you can barely see it. Great, brilliant.
but they have their own son somehow.
I mean,
They ever explain
Really,
that?
you can barely see it. The whole city, which is stupid as shit. How did they mess that up?
well, I mean, the
I
whole idea
actually,
is
I
that they're
actually,
hidden.
I actually did begin to think about this because I was like, does doing an underwater city just not translate to live action? Because I've only ever seen animated films be able to pull off underwater societies and make them visually appealing. What's up with that?
I mean, Aquaman.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
So doesn't it?
Aquaman's like the one exception.
Well, Aquaman, and I believe there does it. Avatar have underwater societies?
Sorta, it's mostly above water.
Okay. Wasn't there also? I'm trying to think of any underwater. I don't really watch a whole lot of movies themed around water. It's not my thing. I just realized I'm winning this round of Tetris. Oh my god. No, I'm not. Um. Anyways, so yeah. So let's talk about one thing about this movie, and it's the it's one issue I had with the MCU, with world building specifically, and it's the fact that like you have these societies, but they don't really explain where they've been the entire time.
Oh, oh, in every MCU movie, it's like, oh, here's a big secret society that rules the world.
Well, I mean, the Atlanteans don't even rule the world. They
No,
just
I know. I just mean like like you have Black Widow coming in, where it's like, here's this guy with all of his Black Widows. Here's then then you have like fucking Loki coming in, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, the entire universe is ruled by these guys. It's like,
well, the
what?
entire
How does
timeline
the
is
power?
managed by these guys. You mean they
It's like,
don't
how does
the
the
person?
power dynamics of this universe are just completely fucked.
Well, I mean, the power dynamic is. If we're talking about Kang, he rules us. There's multiple Kangs that all run their own different associations. They're just three kings that really have the most power over all the. And this is coming from someone who hates Kang and think that Kang was a dumb idea because his first movie was literally getting killed by fucking ants, but whatever. Um, but one of the things about
Ants are so scary.
well, they're socialists, you know that. Um,
Oh, from the DreamWorks movie.
no, I'm talking about literally in Ant-Man Quantumania. He says that the ants are socialist,
Oh,
and that the
I thought you were referencing DreamWorks' ants.
why the fuck would I even have the brain to want to remember that? I hate ants. The movie and the bug. They're pests.
I like ants. I think they're
Exactly.
cute.
Yeah, well,
No, it's the movie with the line, "I was going to let you partake in my most erotic fantasies."
anyways, so like the Atlanteans living underwater and basically being an opposite Wakanda where they never open up their doors for anybody. I kind of like that idea. They're completely like they are the opposite of Wakanda, and it's kind of like the idea of like there's always like the idea of like what if this character was like this, but there was never like really a what if like okay, for example, the question of like what if this society never did this is always like so interesting to me, and it works so well because Namor is a really imposing villain, but we'll talk about that later. Um, I like the idea of Atlantis being this base, and I'm calling it Atlantis. I forgot the name if they gave it a different name. I don't think they did. I think they literally just call it Atlantis. But anyways, they're basically just underwater Wakanda. They had animanium. They never gave it up. Wakanda did eventually give it up, and they're basically like, you guys are fucking idiots for giving this up. This is power that you could just use whenever. And obviously, since they've been underwater, they never had to worry about any kind of like attacks against them. They never had to
Well, they
worry about.
still would have been affected by the blip, though.
They were, and they didn't know what the fuck happened. They believed that the humans found them, and it scared them. They're like, uh oh, and like they were prepared to fight. But then whenever everybody came back, all of a sudden they were like, maybe they were imposed, and obviously Namor was like, yeah, they were imposed. Ho 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 ho. I'm big and strong. Because that's the thing about Namor is that he acts all big and strong, but deep down he's a little fucking bitch. But anyways,
I'll say this: the fact that a guy adapted to living underwater and breathing air, the fact that he has wings specifically to fly is dumb as fuck.
this is in the same universe with a man who can turn into the Jolly Green Giant.
And that's also dumb as fuck, to be fair.
And there's also this is also the same universe where a billionaire cares about people.
You're right. Maybe I should
So like
change my
this in this world's
suspension of
continuity, just
disbelief.
expect that shit kind of can happen like that. It's gonna like yeah, it's kind of weird that he has wings, but that's where the question of is he a mutant comes from, and he is, by the way. They confirmed it. By they I mean Kevin confirmed that he is a mutant.
He literally says it as well in the movie.
Mm-hmm. So I mean he which again, that's why I just think it would be interesting if they decided to go with my idea of just honestly, I'm kind of just shocked that the MCU didn't just go like, okay, yep, after Endgame, we're done with this version of the MCU, we're gonna make a new one, but we're not gonna start with Avengers. But I guess they were like, no guys, we gotta make Guardians 3, and they're like, okay, well, how long will that take? 2023. Fuck. Okay, we'll try. Anyways, um, so is there anything else? Ironheart is introduced in this movie.
Yeah, Ironheart.
Been there, done that. Like,
But
come on.
As and speaking of dumb, if I don't I don't know if I said this. No, I probably did say this on the show, but wasn't there like a thing on the Ironheart show where someone learned Doctor Strange's ring techniques through TikTok?
I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's
I don't
stupid.
know if
That's
it's
not.
true, but I just
I would not put that past Marvel at this point.
so yeah, I wouldn't put it past them at this point with how absurdly dumb it is.
That is dumb if that is the case. I will admit that. But also, I don't think the idea of having a new Iron Man coming in, especially someone who is... Because, like, the question of, like, why is there someone who wants to be like Iron Man? But then again, you guys gotta understand that, like, Iron Man is, like, they're... Basically, like, they're... Like, I mean, they are. A superhero that, like, saved the world. Who wouldn't want to be like that?
Iron Man is like the Jesus Christ of this universe.
What?
He died for our Thanos or
Whatever.
whatever.
That's so
What?
But I don't mind the idea of them bringing in a new person who wants to be like Tony Stark, and nor do I think it's a bad... I don't like Ironheart in this movie, by the way. I just don't mind the idea of them adding in a new Iron Man, especially after what Secret Invasion did. I don't know if this was fully the intent of Secret Invasion to fucking rewrite Rhodey to never being there since 2016, but whatever. God, Secret Invasion is such a fucking bullshit ass show. I hate it so fucking much. Um, which is why I'm not watching any of the MCU TV shows for the marathon that I'm doing. Also because Letterboxd doesn't include them. The only ones I'm watching is Inhumans.
Also because they're way too long.
I mean, I'm gonna
Well,
watch...
Letterboxd does have some of them, like Loki, Miss Marvel, WandaVision.
If it has Wonder Man, I will consider it. But I don't care to watch WandaVision. WandaVision was boring. Anyways, back to Black Panther 2.
I'm not a monster, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Why don't you just do this? I don't wanna...
I'm not a monster, Benedict Snimberbinge.
Are you literally just stealing the Mauler joke? Where you just call...
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Is that a thing from
Mauler,
Yes.
Mauler literally did the joke of
Okay,
calling Benedict
I
Cumberbatch
saw that.
something different.
I saw that in a pitch meeting video.
Well, so we get
I
to
saw this in a toothpaste ad once.
so the queen of Wakanda dies, and like, you gotta feel bad for Shuri at least, because oh my god, this has to be like the worst like few
She
years of her life.
loses so many people in her life.
Well, okay, let's see. Black Panther dies for a few years, like dies for 5 years, comes back, gets a random disease, and then fucking dies for real, with no chance of returning. Which, I mean, that's horrible. Also, does that mean that when he went to the whenever he got blipped back, he left the realm of the ancestors? Like, he went there, and then when he got blipped back, he was like, no, 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 and then he came back and he's like, ah. Fuck.
I never really thought of that.
I mean,
I guess that would make sense.
and then, I mean, Shuri basically just became a wreck after that, which makes sense. I mean, fuck. Like, say what you want about Shuri, but she just lost some... And also, I like the fact that she never takes the mantle immediately. Nor does she care about the mantle. She doesn't want it. Which makes sense. I mean, Shuri's not the action go wanting person. She's just super smart. She'd rather just focus on her creations, making the armor for the people who want to fight, only taking the mantle whenever her kingdom needs it, which I think is really honorable, honestly. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I guess we're on to characters now.
Do you guys want to go on to characters?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was doing something with my toothbrush.
Okay. So the characters, we already kind of briefly brought up Shuri, so I like that she became the new Black Panther, but I guess the question comes up of, would you guys wanted T'Challa to be recast? Not if, like, they put you in the director's seat and they're like, hey, we want you to make a Black Panther movie. First of all, I would have said no, because I don't know anything about Black Panther.
I don't think I would have been qualified to make a Black Panther movie.
Nah, I'd be like, no, man, I want to make. I would look at them and be like, no, man, just give me Wolverine. I can make a good story with Wolverine, I promise.
Give me Squirrel Girl.
Give me Squirrel Girl. Give me the X-Men, Jesus. But I like. I think I like Shuri a lot. I think she's cool. I think she's way better in this movie than she was in the first Black Panther. But I think.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay, welcome back.
Yeah.
We're talking about Shuri.
Yeah. She's more. Yeah, especially she's more serious in this movie.
And I'm glad that
Whereas the first one, she was the helping hander who makes jokes like, "What are those?"
Exactly, and I like that. They made Shuri a better character, which is awesome. I like Shuri now. Like, I mean, I'm not saying she was bad in like Infinity War, but I know a lot of people got upset when she was like, "I bet you tried your best, Dr. Banner," and they were like, "How dare she? How dare she belittle Dr. Banner? How dare she?" It was like, she didn't even do that. What are you talking about?
Yes, because we all know Bruce Banner has never had lapses in judgment or made any mistakes before.
Dab.
And I just thought this funny about the joke I referenced. Imagine we live in a timeline where Black Panther actually did win Best Picture, and you can show that clip out of context and say this is from a Best Picture winning movie.
True. But I like Shuri in this movie. What do you guys think?
Yeah, Shuri's pretty good in this movie.
Robbie?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely the best character in this. Well, you know, other than the like 2 minutes Killmonger's in the movie, because oh my god, guys, it's Killmonger!
Oh, come on, you know that Shuri was cool in this movie. Also, her fight scenes were really well done.
No, I was just like,
yeah,
no, it's the guy again.
Especially was cool.
It's the guy.
Though it was a bit distracting to have it change aspect ratios so drastically and so quickly.
Yeah. They should have just shot most of the movie in IMAX, but whatever. Or full screen. But those cameras are loud. Hey, I mean, we are getting a full IMAX movie with The Odyssey, so I'm excited for that. Christopher Nolan, don't let me down. There's M'Baku. He returns, and, oh, yeah, I gotta show Roxy that picture. Hold on. I gotta find it. Sir, do you know what, M'Baku's, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Do you want to know what his original villain name was?
Oh, what?
Man-Ape.
Oh no. Oh no. I just didn't realize through this that I think M'Baku's a pretty cool character.
Yeah.
And all this.
He's pretty cool. Yeah, this is what he used to look like.
Oh,
in the
no,
comics.
is that Skips?
Bro, what did they do to my man Skips?
Bro, that literally looks like a Mega Man Robot Master. What the fuck?
Ape Man? No.
Can you put that in the thumbnail?
No. Not unless you you bump up your score at the end. Maybe.
No.
Oh, you're such an asshole. Anyways, Um, but yeah, M'Baku's actually a really cool character. I'm glad he becomes king of Wakanda at the end. I
Yeah.
like that. It makes it feel
Yeah.
like he
And
was
speaking of kings, was it-
Namor.
there's but- or in the comics, he's known as Namor the Incel.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about whether or not it made sense to recast.
Oh, we can. Um. Okay, so I guess to bring up context, um,
Chadwick Boseman died,
no,
before
I was
this
gonna bring
movie.
up. I was gonna bring up something a little bit before that. Originally, Marvel had a planned new Trinity after Avengers Endgame. The planned Trinity was Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Miss Marvel. However, um, I think the issue, like, Spider-Man continued and it was fine, but like they didn't really get full-on rights to use Spider-Man, so they couldn't do fully what they wanted. As for Chadwick Boseman's passing, it led to Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, and then basically nothing else after. And then I think for Captain Marvel, she just never got a trilogy because the Marvels did really bad in the box office. So, yeah. Um, Obviously, nobody knew Chadwick Boseman was passing away. He kept it very private, and then he passed away. And a lot of people brought up the idea of why didn't they just recast Black Panther? And so I want to talk about that real quick. How do you all feel? If it's
Okay, so
Oh, go ahead.
I just my general thought process is that it is better to recast a character than just completely cut off their story and make it so that whatever was planned and the actor's efforts went through. I generally think it's better to not cut that off and to instead allow it to continue. But at the same time, I definitely like once it's the movie's choice ultimately, and I understand because there's a certain level of uncomfortability with just like for lack of a better term, replacing an actor with someone else,
Hmm.
especially after they died.
What about you, sir? How do you feel about that?
Mm, very mixed.
I.
Like
Oh, sorry.
one, it's kind of yeah. I agree. Like for lack of a better term, it is kind of dumb to. I'm sorry. To like cut off a character's story just because their actor died, but at the same time, I can see it being like respectful to an extent.
I
Like
guess, sir, if
like not
oh,
not to the extent where again you would just stop the character's story right there.
mhm.
Yeah, it's just
I was gonna bring up Batman. Kevin Conroy passed away, and let's say
yeah.
they just stopped doing Arkham games after his last performance in Justice League killed or Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Um, I feel like
I mean, I mean, to be fair for that comparison, it's not like they can do anymore with how they fucked up the entire universe in just one game.
yeah, but I'm just saying like if they were like if they wanted to fix it, they can't. Or his last performance as the Cape Crusader was in Crisis on Infinite Earth, wasn't it? Wasn't that the last
Yeah,
one? And
yeah,
his,
well, that was the very last time he voiced Batman
which
in
mhm,
in a universe that
fucking
may
dies at the
may
end.
not even be may not even be canon to the actual DCAU.
I don't think it was it? Who knows? But
Probably, even if it was, that it
I,
has they have quote unquote ended it multiple times only for it to bounce back.
I, this is what I believe. When recasting, certain characters are kind of hard to replace, for lack of a better term, to replace the other actor who played them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, characters like Batman will always be played by different people till the end of time. However, a specific universe's Batman will always be remembered by that same one. Unless you're Arkham, then you might be remembered by two people, but uh, being played by two people. Because there's two Arkham games where Batman's now voiced by Kevin Conroy. Wasn't it Arkham Origins and
Yeah, Arkham
Arkham
Origins,
Shadows?
where he's voiced by Arkham Origins had him be a younger Batman, so instead he was voiced by Pizza Hut man Roger Craig Smith.
Hmm. So yeah, I'm fine with recasting. It's completely fine if that is what they want to do with the story. If they would rather tell the story as like honestly, Black Panther Wakanda Forever did a good job at with the opening scene being a tribute to Chadwick Boseman.
Well, yeah, the tributes to him, like at the beginning and end, are nice.
Yeah,
And once again, in general, I do think recasting is just a better idea for a storytelling perspective, and also because I feel like allowing the character to continue is probably just a better idea and more respectful to the efforts of the actor. But once again, at the same time, ultimately it's up to the people making the movie, and I
They
can totally understand getting uncomfortable doing that.
mm-hmm. That's why I'm always like, I'm not gonna be mad at a movie they recast. Even like movies where an actor doesn't die, or like
Well,
some
why
of the
didn't they recast King? It's not like his
yeah.
actor did something bad or whatever, and it's just like, why not just recast it? If, in fact, it makes more sense to recast him than with any other character ever. Like,
Apparently, apparently they were planning on not even using Kang for the like for the better half of a couple years, and was still planning to have Doctor Doom appear. They just didn't know when Doom would appear. Kind of like how they didn't know when Thanos was if Thanos was even going to be the main
do you
villain
have
of
any
Phase 3.
idea how much money I've invested into this company?
By the way, rest in peace, Julian McMullen, as well, because he has passed away in uh, um,
last
earlier
year.
last year. Yeah,
I don't
earlier.
know. Like, I haven't read the comics or anything, but apparently, like, I mean, he's basically like not Norman Osborn in that movie. Apparently, from what I've heard, apparently, like, Doctor Doom has just way too much details to properly adapt him in a
You
single
have to bring
movie.
up Latveria. You would have to
Well,
bring up his.
isn't it like, well, no, Caroline, let me say it just so you can tell me if everything I say is right. Isn't it like he's the wizard dictator of some European nation with a spooky castle doing all sorts of crazy spells and alchemy and stuff? And he wears a mask possessed by demons, and
What the
what, he like
fuck
takes
kind
over
of
the
crack
entire
did you
universe from the
smoke?
Grandmaster or something?
What kind of crack have you been smoking? No, he was held into a fucking slave-like country where his father was murdered right in front of him and his own mother, that then led to him becoming the emperor of said country after doing a forced revolution against it, which led to him becoming Victor Von Doom. Which, by the way, it also happens to be the fact that he was born in Latveria, went to school, met Reed Richards, then moved back to Latveria after hearing the death of his father, while also getting a jealousy for Reed Richards for always doing something right. And if you take some comic stories about it, he also got his face blown up by one of the projects that Reed had, and then he blamed Reed for it, even though Reed warned him not to do it. He started getting envious and jealous of Reed. There's also another comic line where Johnny fucks his fiance.
What?
Yo,
Yeah, no, Johnny has sex with his fiance, which, by the way, Doctor Doom invited Doctor Doom invited the Fantastic Four to come to his wedding because he wanted to put it all behind them. And then Johnny has sex with his soon to be wife, and basically as punishment, Doctor Doom made it to where he's always on fire, so he couldn't touch anything, and used it as a way to punish him for fucking his wife. And I don't know what he did to his wife. Probably turned her into a fucking goldfish or something and threw her in a fucking toilet and flushed her. Who knows? Anyways, back to the movie. We got way off topic. Um, Sue. Oh my gosh. There is Namor. Namor.
Yeah,
AKA.
who I said in the comics was Namor the incel.
More like Namor the Chad. He literally flirts with Sue in the
Yeah, in
comics.
this movie, he's a Chad.
Dude, bro never breaks the mewing streak. I love his demeanor. He's so calm and
Yeah, he's so
cool and ominous.
cool in this movie, especially like his backstory.
Mm-hmm. Oh, his backstory is great. The
That's not
movie nails
that
it.
sounds
Yeah,
something
wait,
you'd
also,
hear in like
also,
a
also, sorry.
mythology.
Yeah, so more gods are introduced, I guess, in Marvel.
I mean, Thor: Love and Thunder introduced like 300, didn't he?
Yeah, I know.
And like 9
Yeah,
of
and
them
So,
got slaughtered by
they made a complete joke
one of them
about
looked
it
like a
because
sunflower.
that movie cannot take itself seriously for even a second.
I completely forgot about Thor: Love and Thunder, just in general. I'm gonna be honest. So,
Man, it's stupid
I
that
don't blame
Marvel
you. The movie's
introduced.
terrible.
Man, that. Man, how stupid. Introducing more gods into their universe, this other movie did it. Oh, fuck, you right, man. Also, I think it's
no, I
weird.
didn't even say it was Caroline. What? I didn't even say it was stupid. I'm just saying. I was just saying that it happened. I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah, well, I also think it's crazy because they made a Eyes of Wakanda miniseries on Disney Plus, which kind of delves into ancient ancestors, which you can watch. It's actually not that long. I think each episode's like 10 minutes, and there's only 3 episodes, and it
Uh,
tells like the backstory of like ancient Wakandans before the events of any like basically it's the earliest that we know of the MCU. Like it even predates World War II. So it's pretty interesting. I have yet to see it, but I have heard it's pretty good. So who knows, maybe I'll watch it. Uh, but yeah, Namor's awesome. I love the little henchmen. They look like little Avatar people. It's kind of funny.
But yeah, I immediately thought,
Don't
are they
remind
like
me
the
of
Navi
Avatar.
from
That movie
Avatar?
sucks. This movie I didn't like either, but it's better than Avatar.
Thank you. At the very least, you can be honest about that. I am so sick of
When have
people.
I
No,
when have
no,
I ever
no.
when have I ever been dishonest about that?
Not about that specifically, but I'm meaning like I'm sick of people pretending like Avatar's anything but boring.
That's the thing. People are like, Avatar is so good. Avatar is so great. And I'm like, dude, you only liked it because you thought the special effects looked cool. And even then, it's not very imaginative because the world in Avatar is literally just, hey, what if we took something from Earth, but we gave it like extra limbs and extra eyes and extra teeth and made it a different color?
Oh my god, it's Banjo Kazooie. Sorry.
What?
Extra eyes.
Oh yeah, that
Alright.
googly eyes.
Am I wrong though? That
No,
that's basically just what Avatar's world building is.
I don't like Avatar. I think Avatar is extremely
Okay,
boring and
look, I
maybe.
know that apparently the movie went through the effort to make sure to like make a whole language and culture and have even the
Yeah,
moons
I
in the
always,
sky appear
I
at
always
the
think it's
right
really cool when
times.
movies
And it's
do
just like
that.
okay, it's cool that you put in the effort, but also like could you put more effort into making an actually good script? This is fucking pointless. Make an
Concord
actually
ass
good
moment.
script before you decide to make a good script before you put the effort into making sure such
Oh god, that's such a mean thing to
miniature
say.
details that don't actually matter are going to be correct according to you,
Well, see,
James Cameron. What does James Cameron know about filmmaking, huh? I'm so much better.
just say, just saying it to his face too. By the way, just going up to him and be like, "Man, what do you know about making films? You fucking suck."
Okay, to be fair though, if he said that to him, he'd probably just think it's funny.
Doesn't James
Yeah.
Cameron have like 4 movies that broke $1 billion?
Yeah, no, he has a massive ego. I just find it funny because, like, the reason he cast the guy he did in Avatar is just because that guy was living in his car and he had a really pissed off attitude the entire time, and James Cameron took a liking to that. So no, I do genuinely think that if you made it, that if you made jokes like that, he'd probably find it funny.
So I really like. Oh, also there's the Queen, and she's cool.
Yeah, the Queen
Good
was.
seeing her again.
Uh,
Queen Romana, I believe.
I, I think. Yeah, I think that's her name.
She is
And,
Oh
and
man,
awesome.
she was.
Avatar,
I like how she went out of her way to protect Ironheart.
I'm
Hmm.
At
already
least.
falling asleep. I'm going into the dark. I see a
No,
dark. I see a dark light.
no, Roxy. When you wake
A,
up, you Roxy
a dark light? What the fuck am I talking about?
in the chat, Roxy. When you wake up, you'll see this face staring at you.
Roxy,
Well then I hope I die in my sleep.
Roxy.
Wait, maybe this isn't the best movie to say that. Well, what we're talking about.
I
You,
also, I guess we can move on to
can we cut
visual.
that out of the video? Actually, that was. Are we able
Well,
to do that?
cut what
I
out of the
mean,
video?
probably nobody cares, but like I don't know. I don't feel. Uh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it was like what? Uh, 50, 20 to 50, 50. Okay, well, I hope I remember to look at this before I start editing this video. The VFX.
Well, you know what, Caroline? If you forget to edit it out, then I don't know.
I mean,
Then rank all 10 remixes in Rhythm Heaven Fever as well.
no, I'm not. I'm already pissed. I gotta do. I'm not pissed because like I don't like Rhythm Heaven. I think Rhythm Heaven's fine. I like some of the mini games. I hate some of the mini games. That fucking monkey and the stupid ass tambourine. I'm hitting it on the right beat, and it's like, no, you weren't.
That's
No, no,
literally the easiest level. That's literally the
no. The
easiest level of the
easiest
entire
one is
game.
literally the fucking date mini game. The
Okay, can we get back to Black Panther?
yes, the visual effects look really good in this movie. Oh my god, for a
Really
I
200.
good.
gen
I
Genuinely,
think the
I'm really.
only part that where I like winced at was like when the water like burst in the palace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, the way.
Okay, Namor flying around didn't look very good to me.
Yeah, I
That
know
was just
people
like
like to.
weird. Well, it's an improvement over the special effects in the first Black Panther.
I know a lot of people like to pick on the effects of the first one, and yeah, there are definitely moments that are like a bit iffy. But
The PS2
but I
graphics.
feel like this one had very few moments, if any, like
I
that.
feel like they really took the time to make sure that they didn't have to worry about something like that. Which is good. They should always be like that. Try to make sure that the movie looks as good as possible. Namor
What is the
flying looks a little weird, but like other than that, like I can't think of any moments that looked weird. The rest of the movie, like with the visual effects, all look really good. And like honestly, I had a good time with how the movie also like set up all its atmosphere, Wakanda and the rest of the world. It looks great. I like it a lot,
Yeah.
and I am very hopeful that when Shuri returns in Avengers Doomsday, I really want to know what they're going to do with it. I really want to.
Robert Downey Jr. is gonna
Yeah.
show off and be like, "Yo, it's a me,
Especially
Robert
like
Downey Jr."
the designs of some of
Everybody,
Oh
the
man,
Wakanda still looks great, and
you
especially
know,
like the underwater Aztec look that Atlantis or
mm-hmm.
whatever it's called has in this movie.
well, I'm
Adelan.
glad. I'm glad that you were able to watch that scene and actually see it.
Maybe it's
Like
just your
I
eyesight,
I watch
Roxy.
movies with the brightness turned up in my lap with my laptop a foot away from my face.
Also, I didn't have any issues seeing it, but I was watching it in the dark. I didn't have
Yeah, I
any.
also had the lights turned off in my room.
That's how I watch all movies. It's just because then you can notice so much more little
Like it
details.
was too dark to see what was going on.
That sounds like
I didn't get how
I-
it was supposed to be a quote-unquote beautiful underwater city, but I couldn't see it. If the show's called Invincible, why could I see it?
Shut the fuck up. Get out of here with that. The show's called Invincible. Why can't I see it? Get out of here. God, dude.
So good. Okay.
But like
I definitely
honestly,
like.
I could.
I definitely
Oh, sorry.
like got more into the music with this one,
Music.
especially with for this movie, especially with the during the backstory scene. I
Yeah.
found it so
I'm
captivating.
tired. I might literally just go to sleep right now.
No, we're almost done. We are literally
No, we're
almost
almost done.
done.
Then
We're
we get to
literally
watch
almost
Uncle
done.
Walt.
My gosh. Oh, you know if I was doing this with any of Roxy's episodes, Roxy would have a fucking come apart and like want to murder my ass. Be like, you want to go to bed? But we still have 400 more fictional crushes to talk
you
about.
will talk more about Sharknado 2.
No,
and
you will talk more about how
complain
you want to
it
fuck the
more.
school bus from Magic School Bus. It's like, I didn't even want... What? Anyways, we're almost near the end. So here's one thing that I thought was interesting. So I was talking about this at someone at a game store that I go to. And we were talking about the Inhumans, because of course, I love the Inhumans. Not the show. But, one of the things that we brought up was, why hasn't Inhumans gotten anything? And they're like, well, because Inhumans can't fucking work well. And I said, dude, a hidden kingdom on the moon? How could that not work? And they said, oh, so Namor and the Atlanteans? And I'm like, man. So I feel like this led to like the cancellation of Inhumans getting a movie. Which, by the way, we were promised. They said that they were doing it back in 2014. And that it was going to be the last movie until... What?
Caroline's gonna like throw something across the room. You're a fraud, Kevin Feige.
You're a frog, Kevin. You're a frog? You're a frog, Kevin Feige.
You can't quit. I'm a frog. Wait, no, I completely botched that.
You can't quit. I'm a log. Anyways, okay, well, I guess we'll move on to... I do have this, but we could talk about this at another time. About how we feel about it being a conclusion to Phase 4, but we'll talk about Phase 4 in like a separate episode when we cover Thor Love and Thunder. Anyways, let's go to ranking. I'm kidding, by the way, we're not watching Thor Love and Thunder. I wouldn't make you guys do that. Unless Roxy really got under my skin.
Caroline, if... Why would you even rope me into this? That would be me.
Okay.
If you made us watch Thor Love and Thunder.
It's gonna be Sir, because Sir's gonna be like, why are you being mean to me? I'm gonna be like, oh, because Roxy pissed me off. And then Sir's gonna be like, you know what? You pissed me off, so I'm gonna pick music too. And I'm gonna be like, fuck!
I think did this all start with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Anyways.
Yeah.
I had no idea your reaction to that movie would be so visceral. To be fair, I forgot about that one scene, but like it totally makes sense because of that.
Man, I wonder why you hate this movie. Anyways, alright, on to ranking. We're gonna start with Roxy, then go down to me.
Well, then again, I'm sure you'll love having to talk about Pocahontas when we do the Disney Renaissance
fucking
ranking.
Kill me already, Jesus. Just shoot me. Like, actually end my fucking life. I'm just gonna be like, it sucks. And you know that white guy's inbred. Anyways, go ahead, Roxy. Give your ranking.
Well, white guy isn't inbred.
Hey! First cousins don't count! Anyways. That was a line from Bully. It's a line from Bully. Anyways, give your ranking. Please give it like a higher ranking.
It was a 4 out of 10. I fell asleep watching it.
Oh, come on!
I didn't like it.
Come on, can I convince you to give it a 5?
How would you even do that?
Because this movie...
Right, earlier, didn't you say you would put that image in the thumbnail if Roxy would have raised her score?
Yes, I will put that image in the thumbnail if you give it a higher score.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to change my Letterboxd review or ranking or score on that. But I'll give it a 5 out of 10 if you put that image in the thumbnail.
No.
But also, You're not getting out of the Rhythm Heaven ranking.
Okay, I won't get out of the Rhythm Heaven ranking, but you also have to change the score on Letterboxd.
Okay.
Ha! Checkmate, liberal! Anyways, your turn, sir. What would you give this movie?
Say what you want about me being spineless, but I'm literally a snail.
Yeah. I found it pretty good and engaging. I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Woo! Man! And here we thought that this was going to be a bad movie. We all thought this was going to suck. I was not a part of
It's
that
the first
camp.
sign of levity in this season.
Oh man, I can't wait till we get to Inhumans and Sir goes, why the fuck was this not anywhere higher? I'm going to be like, fuck. Anyways, I would give this also a 7 out of 10. This movie is not... If you're keeping up with my letterbox, you can see where I rank every Marvel movie that I'm rewatching for Avengers Doomsday, which there's probably like 300.
There you go,
movies.
Caroline. Enjoy
Yay!
your 5 out of 10 Wolverine lips.
You know Wolverine appears in X-Men Apocalypse? He appears for a cameo.
Is Wolverine not the main character of the X-Men movies?
Not anything after Days of Future Past. They stopped using them. Which makes sense. You gotta get on that X-Men grind. I'm telling you. We still got a lot more to get through.
I want a cat. I'm allergic to them though, so that sucks.
It does suck. I have 3 cats. Why are you looking?
Bitch.
Why are you looking?
Okay.
Anyways, as for next time on the Vulture Culture
Vulture Culture
Podcast,
Podcast.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
episode 50. We immediately go down with episode 59, Shark Tale.
Ah! Fuck you.
Are we gonna do an 8 Crazy Nights episode next December?
No.
If you make me watch that goddamn movie, I will make you regret breathing the same atmosphere as
Or
me.
even worse, we watched
but I can breathe underwater.
Okay, I was about to say even worse decision. We watched the 2010 Nutcracker movie with Nazi rats.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're right. Yo, we could watch Hubie Halloween as the Halloween special.
I'm not. The next Halloween special is Nightmare Before Christmas.
We got okay. Oh, that's right. Aren't we gonna do a Happy Gilmore double feature? I was gonna say we have to do an Adam Sandler movie, and then I was like, wait, didn't we already say that we would do a Happy Gilmore double feature at some point? Probably.
I thought we said we were gonna do Happy Gilmore as an episode, then Happy Gilmore 2 as a Vulture's Nest, because it came out that year.
Yeah, okay, that works.
Oh my goodness. Okay, whatever. What's next? Oh, top 10 worst movies. Top 5 worst.
Top 5 worst movies for episode 60.
Jack and Jill, you know that might be an episode where we talk about a lot of Adam Sandler movies too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then episode 61, another sign of levity, is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
Yeah, baby, we're so close. Sorry.
This is the best siege I've ever had.
I am so excited. Oh my god, we can finally talk about this fucking game. Oh my god, finally.
Then episode 62 is Crash Bandicoot Warped.
What'd you say? Crash Bandicoot?
Caroline, after I pick a mildly underwhelming movie.
I
will inflict 1,000 years of suffering upon you in the entire universe.
You forgot that I like Crash Bandicoot 3.
We're at number 5.
I didn't mean specifically because of Crash Bandicoot 3. I was making that line because that's in the game, not because the game itself would make you that angry.
Okay, what's next?
Alright, number 5, the last one we'll mention for today is episode 63, Inhumans.
Yeah, we're finally going back to the Marvel train. Fucking, we haven't been on the Marvel train in so long. Didn't we just talk about Black Panther? Yeah, but
forgot what episode we're doing.
but you guys don't understand. This isn't MCU. So it's automatically better. Honestly, Roxy, I was thinking about picking Blade for like the last episode I had of season 3, but I feel like if I did, you'd get so mad at me that I kept picking Marvel movies. But okay, but technically this isn't a Marvel movie. This is a Marvel TV show. Before the Marvel TV shows, it's ABC.
Before they outstayed their welcome
Yeah,
in the MCU.
this was made as a fucking diss track to the Marvel heads and Kevin Feige, which then eventually led to Kevin Feige just getting the reins from them and telling them to fuck off. Which is funny as shit, but whatever. Anyways, wait, okay, can we name off one more episode, or is that... No.
I said that was the last one.
Okay.
Episode, the season finale, Roxy goes to sleep.
No shout out for
Okay,
Roxy.
that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching and listening, or whatever it is you're doing. Make sure to leave a like and comment, as they help us get noticed in the algorithm. And subscribe, because it's completely free and will cost you nothing.
If you're complaining about the gameplay footage I'm using for this episode, guess what? Roxy's a little bitch. She can't even get mad at me. She ain't even here.
But you're not even playing as Black Panther in this Marvel Rivals footage. What is this?
No, you're right. What if I'm using Lego Marvel Superhero Squad? What the fuck did I just say? Marvel Superhero. Alright, that obviously means I need to go to bed. Goodbye, everybody! Goodbye, everybody! Hello, thank you for watching. Hello,
Bye.
thank you for watching. Hello.